Oh my Jesus, Mary. No, it's okay. I have a pretty, I guess the best way to put it would be messed up heart, arrhythmia. I had a bad heart attack a while ago because of it, and spent most of the spring in hospital, ended in Yamaku on doctor's orders. She silently nods her head in acknowledgement. My answer, though, only seems to make Lily furrow her brow even further. She doesn't seem to quite know how to react, given we don't really know each other that well. I can't really fault her for it, given I have the exact same reaction. To my surprise, in a moment's time her face shows that she comes to some sort of realization. Wait, so the time when Henry and you collided in the hallway? Damn her! I grimace slightly. Her ability to connect the dots quite so fast is unexpected. Yeah, I guess I'm not a textbook example of why not? Yeah, I guess I'm a textbook example of why those rules about running in the corridors exist. That was a lot more dry than I'd intended. Lily visibly shies away from continuing the topic. Shit. While I do want to assure her... I think that's supposed to be assure her concern. I don't know. Something her concern, I really don't want to dwell on this either. Don't worry about it. I try to offer a reassuring smile, but then I realize the futility. Without knowing this, Lily smiles at me, reassuringly, but doesn't say anything further. My God. Nothing like some Katawa. Where was I? Arriving at the dorms, Rin stops in front of her mural as if lightning struck her. She had been so quiet for almost all of the walk back that I had all but forgotten she was here. It's Friday, isn't it? Probably, I think. Yes, Friday the 8th of June. This is bad. Bad? Why? I think I'm going to go into a fatal position and throw up, probably in reverse order. Is something wrong? No, nothing is wrong. It's Friday and nothing is wrong yet. This mural, it's going to need to be finished by Sunday, so everything is alright. Do you have any drugs or any time or a time machine? This is not good. Not good. It's not good. It's not good at all. So she's behind her schedule, recalling Shizune's exasperation and Rin's carefree attitude several days ago. I don't know what to think. She has left herself open for a told you so, unless she can pull off whatever she needs to do to pull off by Sunday morning. Told you so. Rin keeps staring at her mural, looking as mortified as she could be. Leave me. I'm going to need to work for a while. I glance at Lily, expecting her to share an incredulous, I don't know, look with me as I roll my eyes, but then I realise she's not one to do that kind of thing. Leave me. Leave me be. We do, of course, not wanting to aggravate her more than she already is. There's a churning bad feeling in my gut. Rin sure has a knack of making people feel worried about her. Really? I feel nothing. She seems like a person who should never be left alone. Maybe we should call someone. She sounded like she was going into a shock or something. I'm sure she'll be fine. She's just how to say... Lily cocks her head a little, trying to find a polite way of calling Rin crazy without calling her crazy. I forgot the word. Clinically insane. Unique? We could use that. Yes, a very unique person. I guess you could say that. She giggles at the notion. I was going to say modestly then. Militantly. Nodding in agreement. I'm creating a new language here. It's called the Blubberness. Sorry about leaving you stranded as you talked to her. I don't really understand her, so I keep my distance. So my guesses was right. Lily offers a slight apologetic smile as if she was sorry that her own shortcomings have prevented her from becoming closer to Rin. I'm not one to blame her at all. Lily let slip a long breath, probably a disguised yawn. I imagine she's as exhausted by all this as I am. I better leave now and give these to Hanako. Thank you for the company, Hasao. She smiles very sweetly at me. It feels different than normal, despite the fact that she seems to be smiling so often. I can't put my finger on what the difference is. It's just different. Relaxed, I'd say, but that's probably just relief over getting rid of Rin. Maybe. Yeah, good night. Say hi to Hanako for me. I will. Good night. Fallen in the black. Do do do. Do 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 do. Leave me be. Do 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 do. I command you to wake up. The students roll into class for the Saturday morning Saturday? Jesus, Mary. Each and every one of them sporting the tired eyes of people that have worked through the night. With only a day left to prepare, I suppose it's not so surprising. Thankfully, we only have to suffer through class until lunch break, and then our time is our own. It's Muto. Muto lurches into class in a tired stagger. I suppose students aren't the only people here that enjoy their late Friday nights. Without saying a word, he scrawls some pages and question numbers on the board and slumps down at his desk. Lazy bastard. It's completely a typical behaviour for him, but it appears that no one in the class is going to call him out on it. Wordlessly, the students shuffle their textbooks into position and get to work, not wanting to break the trend. I do the same. Fatigue has made the class antisocial. Not a peep is heard among the ruffling papers. I do rustling, unless that's wrong. That can partly be attributed to the two empty seats beside me. For some reason, Misha and Shizune aren't present, probably doing council work for the festival. Thank God, they've left me out of their whim. We've abandoned them. Good. It's very quiet without Misha present. I wonder if she was born as rowdy as she is, or if she is making up for Shizune's lack of voice. Probably. Makai, can I speak to you for a moment? No. I'm so engrossed in thinking about Misha that I don't even notice Muto approaching my desk. Sure. What's this about? It's probably better if we speak outside the classroom. Oh dear God. Something about this doesn't sound too good, but I stand up and follow him out into the hallway. Muto stands in the hallway, scratching his head as he works out what he is trying to say. Not knowing what is going on, I wait silently. Tell me, how are things? Horrible. Things. I expected Muto to be a little vague, but this is pushing the limits. You know, things. You've had a week to settle in now, so how are things? Fine, I guess. I see. And how is your condition? The pause before condition seemed a little unnecessary. Haven't had any problems so far, apart from being attacked by a girl that wouldn't die when I shot my gun. I think we have an immortal problem here, sir. A brief shimmer of relief passes across Newell's face. Good, that's good. The school nurse was a little concerned that you might have been pushing yourself a bit too hard. He asked me to keep an eye on you when he couldn't. So you're another spy. That makes sense. I'd ask that you don't blow us off so freely. As much as we try to give you the level of education that you would get at a normal school, you have to realise that you have limits. Our goal is to make sure that you know where those limits are and how to maximise your potential within them. Do you follow me? Probably. I guess. I mean, I don't plan on doing anything stupid. Well, that's a start, I guess. So then, on to my next question. How are you finding your studies? I understand you were laid up for a while. We're not too far ahead, are we? I don't really think so. I tried to keep up when I was in the hospital, so it hasn't been too hard. Muto taps his chin and raises an eyebrow as he absorbs this information. Is that so? I suppose there are still students out there that realise the importance of learning. I wouldn't go that far. I was only trying to keep myself occupied in my little life support prison. Well, yeah. You got to keep up with these things, right? That's exactly it. One more move in this world and you're left behind, right? That's horrible, but true. Right. Wouldn't want that to happen. No, you wouldn't. Every week there's a new scientific discovery. Most of them mean nothing to the layperson. But any one of them could be the key to the next big thing. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. It's obvious that Muto's serious talk is over, and he goes back into his standard, slightly scatterbrained approach to life. I think in hindsight that I prefer him this way. He's slightly more predictable in his unpredictability. Well then, I think that's all I really have to say. Let's go back inside, shall we? My relief at that suggestion is insurmountable. Sure, you're the boss, right? Muto pauses for a moment. I don't think of any of my students. I don't think any of my students have ever said that to me before. For an instant, I consider replying to this, but something deep within me tells me to shut my mouth and get back into the classroom. A few of the students jump at the sound of the door, rapidly trying to pretend that they are working on questions on the board. Yeah, good times. Some don't even bother. Their heads slumped on the desk as they nap. Thankfully, it would appear that Muto does not even notice them. Why would we care? My chair just squeaked. He returns to his desk and retrieves a scientific journal from one of the drawers. I guess I got to him there. The class returns to the near silence that Muto and I left in before our chat. Mixed feelings of tiredness and anticipation buzz around the room. Everyone here is either waiting for a chance to rest or the chance to get their last-minute preparations underway. Ding dong. The clock on the wall slowly ticks. That was a loud bell then on the wall. Clock. That's a clock. I didn't say bell. What am I reading? The clock on the wall slowly ticks the remaining class time away until finally the bell cries out, ending the torment. Before you all leave, I expect the answers for those problems by Monday. The class size is 1. Instantly regretting slacking off. But still acutely aware of the more pressing issue at hand. The classroom emptiness in a blink as everyone rushes to their last-minute festival preparations. I stay behind to try to quickly finish those questions so I don't have to bother with it over the rest of the weekend, with the festival and all tomorrow. Hanako! Apart from me, Hanako is the only one left, obviously waiting for Lily. It It's weird that Lily comes all the way to our classroom to pick her up. I expect that moving around is at least normally harder for her than it is for Hanako. But it's none of my business, and I naturally don't ask about it from Hanako. Despite the relative proximity of our seats, neither tries to strike up a conversation about that or anything else either, so an oppressive silence falls upon the classroom. Oh, bollocks, speak to her man. Time passes in silence. It's probably just 15 minutes or so, but it feels longer. I turn pages of my notebook. Hanako turns pages of the novel she's reading. My pencil lead splinters against the paper just when I was about to finish a paragraph. The sounds of my irritated sigh and subsequent fumbling around for a sharpener feel like they're breaking the mood in the classroom. Feels like they're breaking the mood in the classroom. Hanako keeps her eyes firmly away from my direction. Before long, Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. Hanako? Her name is all it takes to make Hanako jump from her desk and run to Lily. Sad face. They talk quietly for a moment, but it's not long before Lily leaves down the hall and Hanako idles back into the classroom, taking her seat once again. I watch Hanako out of the corner of my eye, out of sheer curiosity at the idea that the two would be separated. For a couple of minutes, she does nothing but sit with her chin in her hand, staring at the desk. Dejectedly? I don't know. The boredom evidently becomes too much for her, though, her slender frame reaching into her bag and pulling out a small book. Come to think of it, that isn't the one I saw her reading at the library. She must be quite a fast reader to get through them at this rate. But why would Lily leave her to her own devices? It seems to be quite out of the ordinary, going by Hanako's reactions. Ah, that's right. I think Lily mentioned something about going into town today before Rin bumped into us. Did she? I don't remember. The thought of that walk makes you look outside. The bright sun and occasional people wandering around enjoying the afternoon make me yearn to get out at school, or at least do something other than sit here. Getting into one of my worst vices, I don't know. I decide that history is a subject best studied on Sunday or Monday, or on any day other than this. I give a grunt as I lever myself out of my seat, briefly debating with myself whether or not to hang out with Kenji. Good God, man, no. He doesn't strike me as the enjoying the nice weather outside with others kind of person, really. I guess I'll catch up with him later. Changing tacks, I briefly entertain the idea of talking with Hanako, but by the time I look at the seat, it's vacant. She must have left the library. Oh, wait, what? Okay, when in doubt, save it out. Be right back. I'm back. There's got to be something to do that can kill time. Go for a walk. Yeah, I'll go for a walk into that. Wait, I don't know. Let's go to the library. Fuck it. The library seems as good a place as any to go to. Hanako looked as if she was taken pretty off guard by Lily leaving, so she might want someone to talk to. Sticking my bag over my shoulder, I make my way out of the classroom. Wait, that's not an ugly picture. I walk down the hallway to the library past a multitude of closed doors. Through each one, the sound of furious rehearsals can be heard. Rock music blares out of one door almost as loud as a concert. I guess that's one of the advantages of a private school. There are actually enough rooms to go around at a time like this. And when I think about it, the grounds and buildings of the school are kept in pretty good condition. That can't be too cheap. I've heard that this place has some pretty serious benefactors. The walls of the library only partially insulate the noise of the festival preparations, but they're the only sounds to be heard. Not a soul still stirs here, with everyone apparently enjoying the weather outside or working on festival events. Yuko isn't here either. Maybe she doesn't work on Sundays. That's it, Saturdays. I quietly walk through the library, now fairly similar with its layout. I head to the back where Hanako's private little corner is. I run my hand along the spines of the books on the way through, feeling the individual texture of each as I glance across the titles. Lovely. Let's pick one. I used to do this all the time at the library at the hospital. Some things never change, I guess. Probably. I don't know. Your life, not mine. I'm so emotionless. Like the smell of the library. No matter how much care you take, the paper in the books is always going to degrade with time. Probably no matter which library you go into, anywhere in the world, it must have the same musty smell. Why do I care? Why do you care? I find something that looks light enough to read without any major thought involved, then look for Hanako in the reading area.